Welcome to the Agentic AI series, where we build one agent piece by piece across its whole architecture. In this demo we cover tools. So far the agent can only think and talk. Tools are what let it act. A tool is just a function we hand the agent, query a database, call an API, do a calculation, and the agent decides when to reach for it. This is the leap from an assistant that describes what should happen to one that actually makes it happen. It's also where agent earns the name, give it tools, and it can do real work in the real world instead of only answering questions. From structured output to tools. For frameworks this time. Microsoft, OpenAI, LangGraph, and CrewAI. One new capability, the agent can call a tool. We give it a Python function. That function runs SQL against a Postgres employee database. And we let the agent decide when to use it. We'll see how each framework turns that one function into a tool. The mechanism is different in every one. But the idea underneath is the same. You hand an agent a set of tools, and it reaches for them when it needs to. But first, what actually is a tool? A model on its own only knows what it was trained on. It can't see your database. It can't hit a live API. It can't take an action in the real world. A tool fixes that. It's just a function you give an agent. And the agent decides when to call it. That opens up a lot. A tool can query a database or search your documents. It can call an API, like weather, maps, or stock prices. It can take an action, like sending an email or opening a ticket. Or it can run code and do math. Anything you can write as a function, the agent can use. For this demo, our tool sends SQL to an employee database. An agent decides when to call a tool. That phrase is the part that trips people up. We're used to deterministic code. You call a function, it runs, every time. Tools don't work like that. Here's the flow. First, the tool advertises itself. Registering it hands the agent a name and a description. Then the agent decides. For each question, it judges whether it needs that tool. The same input won't always make the same call. By default, it asks first. That keeps a human in the loop. And over time, as you trust it, you let it run on its own. 2 quick flags. This crawl-walk-run pattern is how real teams ship agents. And watch for drift. Because the agent is deciding, swapping the model or an API update can change when the tool gets called. This is the tool. A single Python function. It takes a SQL string and runs it against the employee database. Every framework wraps this same function. What changes is how you hand it to the agent. So how does the agent actually decide to use it? Let's make it concrete. Say the user asks, who are the 5 highest paid employees in engineering? The model can't answer that from training. That's live data, sitting in the database. So it reaches for the tool. It calls query employees. And notice what it did. It wrote the SQL itself. A select against the employees table, filtered to engineering, ordered by salary, top 5. We never told it to call the tool. We never wrote that query. The question alone was enough. That's the whole idea in one moment. Give the agent a tool, and the right question triggers it. Here's the through line for the whole demo. We built one tool. Now we're about to hand it to 4 different frameworks. Microsoft Agent Framework, OpenAI, LangGraph, and CrewAI. The point isn't that they're different. It's that they all share the same idea. A tool attaches to the agent. You give the agent its tools, and it decides when to use them. That's the common pattern under all 4. So as we go, here's what to watch. Not whether each one accepts tools. They all do. Watch how each one registers that tool. And keep an eye on one detail in particular, the name and the description. That text isn't documentation. It's the interface. It's literally what the agent reads to decide when to reach for the tool. Across all 4 frameworks, that's the part you're really writing.
If you're enjoying this, please like and subscribe so the next video finds you. Now let's keep going.
Microsoft Agent Framework. Decorate the function with that AI function. Give it a name and a description. Then pass it to Chat Agent in the tools list. Agent.run handles the whole tool loop. The agent calls the function, and you get the answer back. OpenAI. This one is different. It's the raw responses API, not the agent's SDK. You describe the tool yourself, as a JSON schema, and pass it in. When the model asks for the tool, you run the function yourself. Then you'd feed that result back to the model for the final answer. More control. More wiring. LangGraph. Just a plain Python function. The docstring becomes the tool's description. Hand it to Create Agent in the tools list, and LangGraph runs the loop for you. You read the tool calls back from the messages. CrewAI. Decorate the function with that tool. Then attach it to both the agent and the task. CrewAI keeps the task as the unit of work. So the tool lives in 2 places. 4 frameworks. 4 ways to register a tool. Microsoft, with the AI function decorator. OpenAI, with a handwritten JSON schema you run yourself. LangGraph, with a plain function and its docstring. CrewAI, with the tool decorator on both agent and task. Different wiring. Same result. And one honest note before we wrap. Registering a tool is the easy part. That's what we just did, 4 times. Teams who put agents into production will tell you something. Wiring the tool is maybe 20% of the work. The other 80% is validating it, watching it for drift, and governing what it's allowed to do. For now, you know how to give an agent a tool in any of the 4 frameworks. There's one more piece you need for the full picture. We wired this one tool into 4 different frameworks. So is there a way to offer that tool without baking it into every project? That's where MCP comes in. The Model Context Protocol. It's an open standard for how tools are shared between agents. Here's the key distinction. In this demo, the tool's logic lived inside our project, one shared function the agents called. In a later demo, we take this exact tool and convert it to MCP. The tool moves to an external server. You connect each agent to that server to use it. So that's tools. You define one. You hand it to any of the 4 frameworks. And you let the agent decide when to use it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for spending time with us. Like and subscribe. Stay sharp, stay Azurite. See you in the next one.